Good morning guys, how's it going? My name is Blakemore, I teach Travel and Sometimes Triumph, and this is a teach video. It's Monday, which is the second day of the working week here in Dubai. I am a teacher in Dubai. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe down in the corner. I'm making a range of weekly vlogs, so this is the last week before the October half-term break. What was that? So today is a Monday. Yesterday I didn't film anything. It was a super busy day. I'm just about getting time to just film something very quickly now. This week is Parents' Evening week. So I know that all of you teachers out there will fully appreciate how sort of long and arduous Parent Week can be. At the same time though, it is quite a rewarding week. I quite enjoy Parents' Evening because you get to have quite nice discussions. There are tricky discussions. So what I wanted to do in this video for this sort of theme of this week is sort of talk to you about the Parents' Evening, how they went for me, and then at the end of the week maybe give a few tips and stuff like that in terms of how I've coped, it makes it sound like a really bad process, how I've managed Parents' Evenings in the past and sort of things that I've sort of picked up along the way. So today is going to be quite a busy day in terms of getting the children ready for the Parents' Evening, because in my school the parents and the children are together so we can talk to the child and the parents about learning. I've still got marking, I don't know if you can see that from yesterday, so I've got to go finish that. It is super early, it is 20 to 7 today, so I wake up at 5 AM and then get to school for about 6:30, so a few bits and pieces to do, and yeah, let's get going with the week. Also, before I go, I have a trip this week. I am going to the Dubai frame. So here's 2 tips. Tip 1, always have things in open piles. It makes marking quicker. Tip number 2, when it comes to Parents' Evening week, make sure that you don't do things that take up a lot of marking. That's a rookie error that I have not taken myself. So snacks are definitely one of the biggest tips that I will give you during a Parents' Evening. To be fair, my head teacher has just come and dropped off some snacks, so like a drink and some biscuits, so highly appreciate that. But yeah, snacks are definitely something great to keep you feeling comfortable. Shout out to the head. Day 1 down. I feel like you're going to see me vlog quite a lot throughout the week on my phone. It's just quicker and easier, and today and I think this week is going to be quite a stressful week, especially with it being the last week of half term. So on to tomorrow. It is Tuesday and it's actually my last full day of teaching. Tomorrow is a trip day. We're going to the Dubai frame, so that's exciting. And what else is there? Thursday is a CPD day, training day for the teachers, so the children are away. So that's not bad at all. 1 full day of teaching is going to be quite a full-on day because there's lots of catching up on lessons to do. And then got some Parents' Evenings this evening as well. Still got, like, they split it up at my school. So do some yesterday and then some today as well. So that's not too bad. Hi guys, finished early, which was a bit of a surprise to me. I had a 45-minute sort of interval / break because I had a late appointment, but that late appointment cancelled, so that meant that I could go home early. So I haven't recorded all the tips that I said I would, but I'll record them at some other point. So roll on tomorrow, trip day. Good morning guys, it is Wednesday, which means it's the last working day with the children here for me. Tomorrow is a CPD day, and today is also a trip day, which is going to be really good. We're going to the Dubai frame. I'll put a picture up there, and that's going to be quite exciting. So I'll take the proper camera that I'm filming on at the moment and hopefully get some good photos. Parents quite like it when I take camera because then I can take decent photos, put them onto a drive, and then the parents can access them. That's a little tip if you're interested. Talking about tips though, I said I was going to make some tips and things like that for Parents' Evening, and I was thinking about it last night and I came down to 3 real key tips. From those 3 key tips you could start to break them down, and yeah, so I came up with 3 tips, and that is get comfortable, be human, be organised. And yeah, so you can break them down. So get comfortable. You never really know whether or not the area you're going to be for Parents' Evening is going to be cold, hot. I know back in the UK I'd be sat there for quite a while. They used to go on for like, what, 4 hours sometimes, maybe longer, depending on parents being delayed and stuff. Sometimes it could get quite cold, so bring in extra layers, but at the same time, you know, if the heating's on in the winter, it can get quite hot, so layer up, take things off, put things on. At the same time, you're sat there for a long amount of time, and unless you've got someone getting coffee and teas, I've always been quite lucky with that, it can get quite long. So make sure you've got some sort of source of water, someone who can go and get teas and coffees, or don't be afraid to say, oh, I'm just going to go and get a drink. And I know that's very, very difficult, but it brings me on to the next one, which is to sort of be human. Also, before I go on to the whole be human thing, make sure toilet breaks. I mean, it sounds obvious, but that's another one. There will be a point where you have to say, like, I'm just going to quickly do X, Y, Z, and then come back to the meeting. Parents understand that you are human. So next one is be human. When you have these meetings, be human. And you might be thinking, what do you mean? No parent wants to sit through a meeting where it is just you reading through an assessment sheet, where you're just talking about levels and data. Parents want to know about their child. They want to know that you know their child. They want their child to feel happy. So it's about you demonstrating the relationship that you have with that child. I've always been really lucky that when I start a meeting, I always start with a key question, and I ask the parent straight away, how do you feel your child is getting on? And that always pulls up some really interesting stories. Some parents think that their child is doing really badly when actually the opposite is true. Sometimes parents then tell you about behaviours that are happening at home that you just don't see. So part of being human is asking questions to the parents as well. I think teachers sometimes feel like they're the ones who have to give all the information, but don't forget this is your opportunity to get to know the child even further by asking the people who have known them for the longest, their parents, those questions. Within being human, also make sure that you're empathetic with any problems that they're having. It's going to bring me on to the next tip of organisation soon, but yeah, don't be afraid to sort of get other people on board and have other people around just in case there's difficult conversations. So I know that within previous, not so much here, but in previous parents' evenings, I've had SLT leadership available so that if there were difficult conversations, and this is a wooden table, so I'm going to touch wood, you know, I've not had to do that, but those individuals are about, so make sure those people are around so that you're not isolated from those difficult conversations. If there are difficult conversations, let's say that, you know, and you're not comfortable with them and there's no one around, don't be afraid to say, look, we'll come back to that, can we book another appointment? Because parents' evening appointments are usually quite short and you don't usually have the full time to talk about it. Which then leads me on to the next one of be organised. Within be organised, there's so many different things. Obviously the tip number one is to know the children. Be organised and get to know the children. That might require you to take notes. Some people are really good. I'm quite lucky that I generally have a really good understanding and can look at books and think, right, how can we bring this child forward? And I have a general good understanding, but I know that for some, they really benefit from taking notes and bits and pieces like that. So, you know, if you need to take notes, do that. When it comes down to be organised, make sure you stick to your times. This is one of the hardest ones because I know that if I start running 5 minutes behind, it is very, very hard to get that time back, and you might even end up being like 10 minutes behind. So don't be afraid to say, look, this is an important point, can we come back to it another time? That's always something that's really, really good within parents' evenings, coming back to something or booking another meeting as and when needed, especially for those ones that are a little bit trickier. So those key points sort of summarise some of the main tips that I want to give you. I'll probably end up thinking of more tips that I wanted to give you, so maybe I'll give you some more later on. But for now, I'm just going to enjoy the trip day to Byframe. I've never been there. One last thing before I go and enjoy my trip. I know that I have a really supportive platform now and a range of different teachers do watch this channel. So if you're a teacher and you think, actually, I've got some tips that I would like to give, I mean, other than starting your own YouTube channel, which would be great, definitely use the comments down there. And if you're a new teacher, you can then look at those comments, fingers crossed, and gain some other tips from teachers that I might not have thought of. So please do that. It really makes a supportive platform, which is what I'm hoping Okay guys, so it's the end of the week, kind of. I've still got a CPD day tomorrow, but I'm not going to film that because it's pretty boring to film. So behind me you'll see a range of different projects that's based on the whole UAE Explorers topic that the children have studied. I'll show you some of those in a minute, but the trip to the Dubai frame was actually amazing. It was really good for the kids to see the past, the sort of present, so they're able to actually see what Dubai is like from at the top of the frame, sort of the old Dubai and the new Dubai, and then they could go down and see the future Dubai. And it was really, really good because it had a range of interactive things that the kids just really enjoyed. They loved being able to walk over the glass floor, and they also enjoyed lots of different interactive things. So they had like a screen that you could write on, and a camera thing that you could sort of take photos. It was just really well set up for the children really to learn from. So we came back and then we did an expo. So as humanities coordinator, I've set up sort of an entry point where the children have a hook, and then an exit point where the children do some stuff at home, like a project at home, and then eventually can demonstrate it and show it to the rest of the parents through sort of like an expo, and they can show and explain what their specific project has been about and what they've learned. So a range of different projects, and the projects were actually amazing. So you'll see some of them behind me. You've got the airport down here. I don't know if you can see this on camera, but it lights up for actual little cars, which is cool. Burj Khalifa in this box. This big thing here is Burj Khalifa, sorry, Burj Al Arab, my bad. Another Burj Al Arab, got a full-on camel thing here. We got a couple of camel canvases. I wish I could take some credit for those projects, but the parents have also helped and done an amazing job of that. So it's been a really good week, although it's been quite short at the same time, kind of. It's been quite long being the last week with parents' evenings, and hopefully you've learned something from this video and the tips that I gave you earlier on. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to hit the like button, that's always appreciated. If you're new around here, I do create a range of teaching and traveling videos. If you're new, feel free to subscribe down in the corner. I try and make these weekly Life of a Teacher videos quite frequently, and other videos as well. If you really enjoyed it and you want to try and help my channel even further, definitely use the comments down in the corner to try and leave a range of tips for other people who are either new to teaching or students, just trying to make this platform as supportive as possible for education. I really appreciate all of your time, and if you want to share this video with anyone, feel free to. So I'll see you in the next one, guys, but for now, I'm out.